Hello. We're going to have to leave this rather beautiful view of the Himalayas and head over to Thailand today. Not such a bad thing, eh? So yes, today we're going from Kathmandu to Singapore and then from Singapore to Phuket overnight, 737-800 on Singapore Airlines, business class. They're narrow body, lie flat business class beds, and I managed to snag a throne seat, so that'll be interesting, won't it? Do you want to see what it's like?
Welcome to Kathmandu Airport. So, this morning, overlooking the Himalayas in a beautiful, peaceful environment. 10 hours later, in the chaos that is Kathmandu. But let's face it, it's great. It's such a lovely place, and I am very, very sad to be leaving Nepal. I've made it to the lounge. They were very strict, actually, about not filming and videoing in the main hall. But nevertheless, we made it. We made it through. They opened check-in about 3.5 hours before departure, so we're in the lounge. We've got ages. So let's do a bit of a tour, shall we? So I've made it into the sleepy zone. I think that's what they call it. Something like that, anyway. It's rather nice, actually, but it's very, very quiet in this part, anyway. I'm not sure if you can see that, but it's basically these leather armchairs that you can spend a bit of time in. But yeah, there's no one here. It's very, very odd. Whereas the rest of the lounge is absolutely packed. So I don't know whether people just don't think this exists or what, but had I known this was here, I would have come in here first. But no, it's nice. It's very quiet. So what have we got? We're in the Radisson lounge. There's two here at Kathmandu, and yeah, a few planes to have a look at. That's where they let us in. And as we look around, pan around, is the main bit. Man United on the telly as usual, so that's good. And they've got quite an interesting layout, actually, in terms of the food. So, lots of desserts and what have you here. Over there, you've got the sort of, buffet type food. It all looks pretty nice. Coffee machine, what have you. Pan around again, and you've got the bar, and you've got lots of sandwiches. And more food over there that all heats up for you. Keep going round. The toilets, all well and good. And then you've got another area over here, which is basically just more seating. There's a smoker's lounge over there. And that's about it, to be fair. Not much else going on. I must admit, I'm quite impressed with this. I'm quite enjoying next couple of hours in here. See you later. A bit of a seat tour on this virtually brand new, apparently, Boeing 737-800 MAX. Yeah, interesting layout this. So let's, where should we start? Should we start with the screen? So, pin sharp 4K, it's not adjustable, but it's plenty big enough. Okay, so it's another 737-800 MAX.
funnily enough, it looks a hell of a lot like the last one. So, should we do a see tour in the light, shall we? See if that makes any difference? Right, well, here we go. Decent 4K screen. The one thing I did forget to do last time was this little thing down here, which is a remote control that no one ever uses, presumably because they don't need to, because the screen is so responsive. Safety information over there. That's cool. Huge safe. Huge area there. Storage. Power down low. Seat controls down there. Leg room down there. Looks very similar, doesn't it?
So I think we can have a little look at the entertainment and the headphones here. So these are noise cancelling headphones that were at the seats when I first arrived. They look okay. I mean, they look fairly decent quality. They come with these little things that sort of hook onto the actual ear pads for a bit of sanitary reasons, I think. Which is all very fine and dandy. Came in that little bag. And of course, what are you looking at? You're looking at something with no noise whatsoever. So you've got the actual map here. So this system is pretty good, actually. I mean, the Panasonic maps is a pretty decent system anyway. But in terms of the actual content, as you would expect, loads and loads of stuff on here. Timeless treasures, I don't know. Oh dear, Sound of Music, Die Hard, I don't know, maybe. Actually, there's some decent stuff in here, and quite a lot of things. Tron, I might watch that, I've not seen that in years. Right, what else? Live TV. You don't get that on many airlines these days, so that's quite nice to see. You catch up on the news. TV. Music. I mean, let's face it, I'll be watching the maps for a while and see how we get on. The slightly annoying thing is that there's a bit of turbulence heading out of Kathmandu, so they've not actually started the in-flight service yet. So if it carries on for much longer, I might just bin that and go to sleep. But I'd quite like to see what the food is like, because as I say, it's been so many years since I've been on Singapore, and I remember the food being good, but equally I don't want to compromise too much on the amount of sleep I'm getting. But there we go. First world problems and all that. Right, see you later. Okay, so let's have a look at the menu, shall we? So we've got a Caesar salad with grilled chicken. You've got a choice of sea bass, chicken or duck, and then a cream cake with banana curd. And as if by magic, here it is. Salad. I went for the chicken. A glass of wine. Some water. Some bread, I'm guessing, is coming shortly. Well, let's try the main event, shall we? Which I'm guessing is going to be this bad boy here. Quite nicely presented. I mean, a single tray, but the actual crockery and what have you, and the actual plates and bowls, not bad. Quite a bit of spice there, but I've had better. What can I tell you? I've had better. probably eat some of it. There you go. Good morning. So, managed to get about 3 hours sleep, I think. It was okay. It was a bit tight. There wasn't a lot of room for the old feet, and the seat itself was actually quite hard, quite firm. I think a mattress topper would have made a bit of a difference, but that said, I did manage to get to sleep, and I was very grateful that the captain only woke the plane up with about 15 minutes left to run, so that was pretty useful. No 40 minutes to prepare for landing and on board here. So what to say then? This here quick hop over to Singapore. It's been very pleasant. The crew, lovely actually, really nice. Every interaction very warm, very proactive. Yeah, nothing bad to say about this crew whatsoever. Really nice. So quite looking forward to the next flight now. See you shortly. Bye. Right then, let's have a look at this here Silver Chris business class lounge here at Singapore. It's massive, and it's a bit like a zoo, but it seems to be very well run. So from that point of view, lots of good things. Loads and loads of seating, obviously with power everywhere, as you would expect. There are literally seats everywhere. This is an enormous lounge. I've not been in one this big for years. And it all seems pretty industrial size-wise. I mean, obviously they cater for hundreds of flights a day through here, I would imagine. There are other lounges available, but this is the one that we were directed to. There's the entrance over there. All very efficient. Bearing in mind it's 6:30 or so in the morning, so very much breakfast time. Coffee, drinks. Sort of fried stuff there. Oh. Some nice looking stuff here actually. Sandwiches. Good morning. Oh, some nice looking stuff. The bathrooms there, and there's a DIY noodle station. So, yeah, I mean, it's a bit of a factory. But that said, we managed to get a nice seat. Managed to get ourselves sorted out pretty easily. So, big tick in the box from that point of view. It's a nice enough place to spend an hour or so. I mean, you wouldn't want to spend all day here, that's for sure. You go a bit insane, but that said, yeah, nice enough. Yeah, well, see what else this airport's got to offer.
good enough to eat. Seven minutes to run, so quick, easy little flight over. It's very nice. I mean, you know, this is the sort of, I guess the best you can realistically expect on a short haul, narrow body business class experience. This is really very pleasant indeed. Crew very reactive again, very friendly. We were able to book the chef, so you know, was able to enjoy that breakfast, and yeah, what's not to like? It was an hour and a half-ish, little hop up to Phuket, and we're arriving ready to attack the day. So yeah, hope you enjoyed it. Hope you are gonna subscribe and like, and we'll see you on the next one. Thanks. Bye.